Welcome to This Week in Colorado Soccer. Eric Poloni, Danny Sanchez, and Seth Pringle coming to you one match this week. Wisconsin. How were the cheese curds?
We did not partake. We were only going to partake if we got the result. We didn't, so we'll have to wait for another time.
That's disappointing. I was going to say, Seth was really into the cheese curds thing.
Yeah. Shockingly, when I got to the airport, I wasn't in the mood. So, I've now moved on. I've recovered, but a couple hours after the match, I wasn't in the mood.
What if you would have done cheese curds on Friday night, like a Friday night cheese curd?
We went to Outback. They didn't have any cheese curds there. We didn't have to go to the local chain. Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
It's a chain, yeah.
All right, well, good to know. Outback, though, not bad.
Yeah.
I believe Beth Sanchez has some Outback.
She had worked there back in the day. Back in the day a few times, yes.
So
one of many hockey bait.
Yes.
Yes. Wisconsin, obviously, 1-0 loss, but probably a fair result. Buffs had some chances. Wisconsin had some chances. Talk a little bit about, take us through the match.
Well, it was a good match. They're as advertised. They came in, they'd only given up 2 goals on the season and not a lot of shots, and we knew that was going to be the case. The first half, there were some good stretches, a couple half chances for each team, nothing really. We probably had a couple of our better chances about halfway through the second half. But then you can kind of see the writing on the wall a little bit. They scored a really good goal. Jordy made a world-class save. Unfortunately, the rebound fell right to the player that knocked it in, but we still had time, and I felt after that we pressed. We had a lot of corners, a lot of free kicks and dangerous spots. We just didn't quite get enough done. And then Jordy made a big save at the end when we were pushing numbers forward to keep it 1-0. Disappointing loss for sure, but on the road against a good team, I think we learned a lot about ourselds. You rather learn about yourself in wins, but sometimes win a little bit of adversity. So it was a good performance from the Buffs, not good enough. And that's when you come home with 1-0 loss.
It was interesting that last week, after we added Seth and he was going to bring all this knowledge and everything, we did pass over the fact that the Buffs scored their 300th victory in program history, and you got your 150th at CU.
Yeah, it must have slipped through in our pre-production meeting.
It wasn't in the rundown. That Seth should put together because he's the one with all of the information. That's what I've decided.
And I'll make the argument. The next rundown we do would be our first rundown. So, we're
in a while.
Since our podcast started. Yeah. We're trying to be a little bit more off the cuff here with our podcast. But yeah, 300 wins. Like I told Seth after the match, I think that's just indicative of the quality of the program we are. And 150 for me at CU just means I've been there a long time. But obviously Bill Hempen and Austin Daniels before him did a great job. 3 coaches in 30 years. You don't see that anywhere in any sport. And hopefully I got a little bit more of a stretch to go here before whoever takes over, but excited to be at CU. It was a great accomplishment for the team, and it is worth noting. Sometimes you'd like, it doesn't matter. Well, it does matter. It does matter. There's a lot of wins and a lot of players and a lot of people put a lot into that.
Seth, can we go back and look and see how many wins you have and how many wins I have?
Oh, well, my home record's way better than the road record.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, just in terms of being around the program, like not physically being there, but being associated with the program.
Yeah. Well, I'll put it in the game notes, actually.
He won't. You can tell when Seth's lying, it's all about his delivery.
Yes.
And you could definitely tell there that he was not going to put that in the game notes next week.
Well, he might. Never know. We'll see. We'll hold him accountable.
Back page. At least there's a packet. Some teams don't have packets.
Yes.
So, all right, very good. U.S. national team, men's national team, getting ready for World Cup.
Yes.
Had a win last night.
A little barbecue. Unfortunately, you were teaching your class at CU as a professor at CU, so you were busy.
Yes, I apologize that I had to decline the phone calls.
Exactly. There were some issues with the food and service part of the equation where we had to call Eric, and I'll give you one guess what that area of expertise is for him. But anyway, great win for the U.S., 2-0. They were due. They needed a win just to calm everybody down, but they played really well. Scored 2 great goals, and Japan's a good team. They were coming off a scoreless draw with Mexico, but really had the run of play against Mexico. So it was a nice win for them. I got on the FIFA site today and got in the lottery. One of probably probably a billion people.
Half the planet.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a Taylor Swift concert, but for soccer.
Yeah. So I spent half my day doing that, but got my name in the lottery, and I'm sure as a Visa card member, I'll bump to the top. And it's U.S. Soccer Insider, so I'm using all of my connections. But at the end of the day, come spring, I'll just be groveling with people for tickets.
There you go.
But I'm at least trying on the front end.
See, now the podcast is all encompassing of all soccer.
Yes.
It can be all soccer all the time.
Yes.
All right. Well, turning back to the task at hand, rivalry week, Denver tonight.
Yeah.
Tonight, playing
Big
Denver.
one.
Big one. And throw the records out the window, as we always say.
It does not matter.
It's a rivalry game.
It does not matter. I don't know if Seth has any notes that maybe we can spew out here before I go through my spiel.
I mean, my notes are about the records. So just when Colorado's won 13 in a row, so a pretty good streak happening. 21 wins.
And if Seth just jinxed it, this will be the last time you see it on the program.
This will be the clip.
This will be what the show looks like next week, right there, just the two of us. So just in case.
Yeah. So I mean, but all of them have 1-goal games most. Outside of 4 of those games,
They're always tight.
There's no doubt it's going to be tight at their place. And DU's playing really well. They played a really competitive non-conference schedule. Baylor, ASU, U of A, all on the road or a neutral site. So this is kind of their first big match at home. They've kind of taken care of business against the teams they're supposed to. They're beating Texas A&M 1-0 at home in the, they didn't get to the 70th minute, so the game was just declared a no contest, but really they were up a man and up a goal, so they probably would have won that. And obviously we know Texas A&M's a really good SEC team, so we expect a huge challenge tonight. The team's ready to go, coming off a disappointing loss. All losses are disappointing, but come off a disappointing loss and going back on the road, even though it's just 45 minutes down the road. I think that we want to put our best foot forward, but we understand that Denver, this is the game. It's the last game before conference play for both of us, and we're excited, and we want to have some momentum going into conference play next week.
They're taking a page from your book. Play a tough non-conference schedule so that when it comes time for a selection show,
and for them, it prepares them.
Table.
It prepares them for games like tonight, but it also, at the end of the day, they probably have to win the Summit League, and if they're getting results against Power 4 teams and being competitive and getting good results, it bodes well for them when they get in conference play. So yeah, I mean, credit to them. And like always, like Seth pointed out, I mean, all but 4 games have been 1-goal games. We're gonna have to bring our A game for sure.
And of course on the road, and that's usually a good crowd, both sides. Usually there's a
great
contingent of
great
Buff supporters, but yeah, it should be a good atmosphere and a good time. For those of you who can't make it, Denver is streaming. I think it's on the Midcoast Sports Network.
Yeah, Summit League Network, whatever they're calling.
Yeah, whatever it is this week. But so the game will be available for our out-of-state fans.
Yes.
But if you're in the state of Colorado, you must come.
Come down to Denver. I mean, a lot of the people from the neighborhood will be there.
Yep.
We'll have a lot of fans. Obviously, we have a lot of half the team this year is Colorado players. So we'll have their friends and family out. So we're expecting good contingent, and these are exciting matches. This is what you come to Colorado for, to play in these big Darby matches, and we know DU will be up for it, and CU will be up for it for sure.
And just the one match this weekend, and so you just go all in.
Thursday
night should be great weather.
It's going to be perfect. 78 at kickoff. Already checked it. No rain, so we're excited to get there tonight and put on a show hopefully, and get some momentum before you face K-State starting conference play next week.
Crazy conference play is already here.
Yes.
It looked like just this daunting homestand, and all of a sudden it's like half of the home games are gone.
I mean, this is our 9th game of the season. We only play 20 if you count the exhibition. So now it gets a little stretched out. There's more single game weekends as we get into conference play. But I mean, so far so good in non-conference, but DU is always the one we have circled.
Absolutely.
Really only 1 game outside of Colorado until the end of this month.
No, for the first weekend of October, when we go to Texas for TCU and Baylor. So there's a few more times to see the Buffs. Our first 3 conference games are at home. So we got to take advantage of being in Colorado. We got to take advantage of having our supporters around us before we go on the road for some really tough matches.
All right, Seth, what did we miss?
Obviously, it's a different team than last year, but talking about, the loss at Wisconsin last year, 2-0-2 after losses. So, they didn't come in bunches. So obviously something they'll work off of.
Yeah, you got to turn the page. You can't get too high after wins. You can't get too low after losses. But yeah, it's a resilient group, and like I said, we're excited for tonight.
All right, well, come on out to whatever the name of that stadium
Cyber
is.
Field.
Is it still Cyber Field?
I think they got rid of it. I think it's just University of Denver soccer.
Well, that's easier to find. 7 p.m.
7 p.m.
Yeah,
Come
plenty
on
of
out.
tickets available.
Yeah, although not really.
Yeah, it'll be a big
It's
crowd.
full.
Yeah,
It's full.
it'll be full. Get there early.
Yeah, get there early. Get some parking.
I mean,
tailgate, Crimson and Gold, something like that.
I think Eddie Provencio's and Heather are some of our two big supporters of our show, are going to some famous cheesesteak place by there. Before
Yeah,
the
they're
match.
gonna try and check that out. Yeah,
Yeah.
Should have them bring us one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Not for after the match for me.
Going to carpool if you don't want to go on the team bus.
Yes.
There you go. Yeah, carpools are happening and everything. It should be a
It's
good time. It's like old school, like high school football on Friday night. Everybody's jumping in the car and heading to the.
It's like Hoosiers getting on the school bus and driving over the town.
Yeah.
Very similar.
Yeah, or like in what's the hockey movie, Seth, where they Slapshot, where the supporters maybe a little more rambunctious.
I reference like movies like Hoosiers and Slapshot.
Yeah, you're
to our
family
players,
friendly, but
and they have no idea. Now the players are probably watching this anyway, but the people are true Twix podcast people are watching this. They can appreciate those analogies.
100%, absolutely, it'd be a great time. Well, don't hit the bus with a sledgehammer trying to make it look mean on your way down to Denver tomorrow. And good luck. And then, of course, as always, you can follow Buffs all season long, cubuffs.com/soccer. And we'll see you next week.